Good evening, everybody. Today's a good day. It's Sunday. It is the 5th of January. I have been on my 1,000-mile challenge for 3 days short of a month. In the first 30 days, I have just finished up my first 100 miles, and I am super pumped about that. It took a while, but it's the first one, and I'm only in the first month, so I think I'm making solid progress. If I had 12 months to do it, 1,000, that means I'm going to hit like 1,200 at least. That's if I don't dial it up even more. So, it's exactly the way I thought it would be. Exactly the way. You just got to put in the work and keep going. Just put in the work and keep going. Today was an amazing day. Super blessed. I actually got to do most of my miles this morning with my son at a gym. It's about an hour and a half drive for me, but I think I'm going to do it again. I really like spending that time with him. He's going to school, trying to figure out what he's going to do in this world. And that quality time, just me and him kicking it, was really enjoyable. Just one of many goals that I'm really blessed to be enjoying. So collectively right now, I've lost at least 20 pounds. Weigh-ins aren't until Thursday, so I won't know if I've lost any more till then. I have burned a cumulative 13,550 calories. And I have walked, jogged, ran a little bit, 100 miles. At this current pace right now, I really only need to be at 76.72 miles in order for me to finish my 100-mile or my 1,000-mile challenge in the course of the year. But I'm now 23.28 miles ahead of schedule. Yesterday I did 10, and today I did 11, just to get to that 100-mile mark. I wanted to get it so bad. There's a number of reasons for that. One, I'm really anxious and excited to bump my mileage in the mornings and every day up just a little bit. So when I first started this thing, I tried 3 miles straight, and I did it, and it really wasn't that bad. It's a little tired, but it's not what I did every day, and it was something new in addition to my regular schedule. So I tightened up, but I've had really bad issues with arthritis. And so, but the next day I went to work, and I had a horrendous day, tons of labor. I enjoy the work, otherwise I wouldn't work so hard. But when I got home, I did 3 more miles on top of that, which is what I anticipated doing. But the cumulative, the long miles, the work, the long miles, when I got up the next morning, my arthritis had kicked it into high gear, and I couldn't walk. 2.5 years ago probably now, I fell out. One morning I tried to get up to go to the bathroom, and I just collapsed. And what it was is the cumulative arthritis, swelling in my joints, pinched nerves off of my lower back, and I had no way of standing up. Took me about 2.5, 3 hours to get to the emergency room. When I did, the doctor said, be careful. I was lucky. It could have been a lot worse. So they gave me some medications that instantly relieved the arthritis, but you can't live on those things. It's a lot of things like prednisone and stuff and anti-inflammatory stuff that's really not prescribed for somebody until they're like well into their retirement age. And so he said, look, man, the line of work you're doing, you need to figure out a better way or else it ain't gonna work. So I said, yeah, I got it. But I still had to work. I still had important things I had to take care of, life situational things, circumstances. I didn't have a choice but to keep grinding. And it was rough. 2 years straight. Rough. A few months back, I made some lifestyle changes. They're probably going to hurt me a little bit financially short term, but long term, my health improves. It's going to help me out, I think. So, if you don't have health, what kind of life you got anyways? So I might as well. So I made some sacrifices and allowed me to start focusing on my health. I got some rest, still work, but only instead of working 120 hours a week, probably something like that craziness, I dialed it back, and I'm only working like 50 or 60, which is allowing me to put time in, on my health. I still do some remodeling and stuff, but I'm allowed to bounce. I'm able to bounce back and forth because I set it up so I can do a lot of work at home instead of out on the road or something. So, but after doing that crazy hard first 2 days, I felt it all come back, and I really had a lot of trouble in the morning, and I couldn't not go to work. I had to go to work, but it took me about 4 or 5 days to get back right again, where I could try to get back on the treadmill. And I was like, shit. I mean, how am I going to get to 1,000 miles? I can't get through the first 6 without my body just being like, you're crazy, dude. I don't want it. So I had, at that point in time, I remember something I had learned before. I heard somebody speaking on a podcast that reminded me of some information that I had already been aware of. It just had slipped my mind. And it's not always about getting that one more rep, but sometimes it's about getting one more workout. So instead of doing your max, do like half of that, so that way you can reduce the recovery time and you can get back after it, and reduce the recovery time and get back after it, and reduce the recovery time, because the volume is what I need. I got to get the blood pumping, the juices flowing, the muscles moving and stretching out, and focusing on those rough spots, so I can open up my stride and I can start to get more limber and be more effective. And I have. And it helped. It helped tremendously. I've dialed it up now. I'm hitting 3 miles every single day, no issue. I usually do 1 or 2 in the morning, and then I do 1 or 2 in the afternoon. And on weekends, I get far more. Or Thursdays or Fridays when I know my week is coming to a close. I think last week, at the end of the week, I had only slept like a few hours just because I had a crazy schedule. But with this extra exercise and this walking and stuff, I probably need about half, maybe 2/3 of the sleep that I had before, and I feel great. I think better. I speak clear. It's just like a huge weight of exhaustion is just slowly but surely lifting off of me. And I dial back my diet like crazy. I'm probably only function on somewhere between like 1,000 and 1,500 calories a day, but I'm fine. Mostly meat, some vegetables, but just mostly meat. No sugars. There might be like, worst case scenario is 5 grams of sugar in my entire day. I put like a little bit in my coffee, and I probably have 2 big cups of coffee every day, which is somewhere around probably 4 cups. But every time I make coffee, I put like that much milk in it. And I think that it's only a few grams, or it's like 12 grams of sugar in milk, but then that's like a half of a cup or something, but I'm only putting that little tiny bit. So I don't know exactly what it is, but it's not many. And I think that's just about the only thing I got with sugar in. I mean, I don't even put barbecue sauce on chicken no more, because there's sugar in barbecue sauce. Pretty much just salt and pepper. A little garlic salt. I like that sometimes. A little rosemary. I tried that with my steak. That actually came out really good. And I just eat eggs in the morning. I eat 4 eggs. If I don't get 2 miles in the morning, then I might do 2 eggs just to make myself suffer a little more, because I'm crazy like that. But that's what it is. And then when I do know that I'm going to put in more miles, when I put in 10 miles yesterday, I had 6 eggs for breakfast just because I knew it was going to burn mad calories, and I needed to not be dead when I was done because I had more again to do today. So today went phenomenal. I feel amazing. Every part of my life is better right now. Every single aspect of my life is better. 100%. It's not just because of the walking, but it's just a small example of the work that I have put in over time. But the walking is right. It's certainly making me feel good, so I get to enjoy it, if that makes any sense. My 3 miles is about a quarter mile than I need every day, but I'm going to go ahead and dial it up. I'm going to do 2 miles in the morning and 2 miles in the evening, and that should put me at 4 miles a day, which should save a little bit more time off of my 1,000-mile challenge. It should get me up near the 28-30 mile mark every week, no matter what, without having to do no extras. So I'm well ahead of the game right now, and this momentum feels good, and I'm not gonna let it slide by. I'm just gonna keep pushing it. I'm gonna keep working. I'm gonna keep grinding, and I'm gonna keep sharing with you guys my progress, and hope I can motivate you guys to do a little bit something more with yourselves. If even 1%. Check out the videos. I'm trying to put links for like other social medias because you might have something you like better. Just like it, follow it. Let me know what you think. Give me suggestions, pointers. I have a question. Throw out there. From one treadmill to the other, the calorie count I'm burning every mile is different. I'm about 250 pounds right now. I usually set the incline to 3, and my minimum pace is 3. Sometimes I bump it up, but I'm just walking it out. One treadmill tells me I'm burning like 135 calories an hour. That's the one I usually use. But then I was on another one today, and it was telling me I was burning way more. But I could enter a lot more details on this other one that I used today, like my body weight and such. So I tried looking up a couple things online, and I have some pretty good answers of what I think the problem is. But maybe some sources, maybe there's some places you guys believe have been super beneficial to you. And so we can just talk about that. We can share, you know what I mean? So put a little comment on there, some suggestions on where I might find more detailed information about that so I can share it with everybody. That's what I want to do. We can all grow together. Alrighty? Hope you all have a blessed weekend coming up. And I will talk to you all again soon. Have a good night.